This is pod fodder.
Yes. I'm double
I'm gonna look it up right now. When is
hydration and fun drink?
that? I meant the Love is Blind.
So the weddings are next week. I don't think that
It says the reunion premieres Wednesday the 11th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Great.
Which is good because I have a call that night at like 7:30. We should be done by 9 though. And even if we just start a little late, it's fine. Also, then I fly out ass crack of dawn the next morning to South by Southwest.
Well, I leave to do a stay up at the kennels. Okay, so for those of you who don't understand what we're talking about, we are discussing the Love is Blind.
Season what? Season 10?
Season 10. I am a true follower. I have watched every single season, even when they're trash and should have just been an email. This is not one of those seasons that needed to be an email. Definitely worth the watch. To watch all of these mid-fucking men.
The most mid-men alive.
Catch some baddies.
The most mid-men alive. We said mid-men a lot in the previous podcast, which is funny. I was like, pod, and then I was like, well, also they're in the pods. Is it a double pod?
It is a pod.
We're podding about the pods, which I know is also a pod.
Well, it's out of the pods.
Okay.
Shout out to Natalie and, oh my god, what is her name?
Her face is like clear in my head, and that's not helpful.
Shout out to Out of the Pods podcast. Because I love listening. Dipty, thank you. Because they're amazing. And like, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of mid-men. I don't even want to touch Dave from like 2 seasons ago. I can't. Ugh. But woo! Let's just dive right in, and let's start with the easiest to
the Keebler Elf.
Eat alive. Yes, the Keebler Elf, also known as Chris, also known as Mr. Nephew.
He gives like, I say like gremlin energy a lot, but he gives like no fun gremlin energy. You know, like he gives more troll energy than gremlin energy.
He gives
probably.
Troll energy, and not like the cute trolls from Trolls, the movie.
Not like a bedazzled belly button.
No. We're talking like living under a bridge, especially with those ears. Like, bro, have you looked at yourself in the mirror?
He is.
You don't even have a 6-pack.
What's hard is that he is like a cartoon, like a caricature of himself, which is crazy because any man that's like obsessed with CrossFit and cold plunge looks and behaves like that. Like it is a requirement, you know. So you must be like this short to enter the ride. Like they all fucking look like that, behave like that. It's absurd.
It's also, I'm sorry, but the hardest thing that you do is a cold plunge.
Also, the cold plunge was being sort of like a bucket.
Yeah, it was like
so absurd. I'm just like, at that point, just like take a cold shower and shut the fuck up.
Right. Like,
Also, like you're like going to the 4 Seasons. The idea that like you can't go have access to a legitimate cold plunge is fucking hysterical.
Also, like that's your big like flex, is that like, you know, that might not, that's pretty luxurious for normal people.
It's giving I'm poor. It's giving help me, I'm poor.
Right.
Because I'm like, anyone who like that's luxury, they would never say that.
No.
I did see a meme that was like he meant the landscaping service.
The landscaping 4 Seasons. I did think
and I was
that.
like, yes, perfect callback.
Yeah. All of these men are just trash.
What I also really appreciate is that Jessica did not subject her dogs to this experience. Like, we didn't meet her absolutely stunning bulldogs.
They're gorgeous.
She was like, I also was just watching a reel of her on a pod where she was like, I allowed him access to me. And I was like, that was a beautiful way.
That is a beautiful way of putting it.
I love that for you.
She is a queen. She is a hottie with a body. And with brains, I mean, I want to be her best friend.
I have to ask you this question as a Love is Blind novice. This is only like my second full send from start to finish. No, 3. That's a lie. I did 1 American season. I did the first season of Love is Blind UK.
Yeah, I don't even touch. That's just like.
And then I'm doing this season. So I'm a Love is Blind novice. They only cast attractive people, yes?
For the most part.
There's not like, it might not be to your taste, but like holistically.
Holistically, yes. They are all like
on a like they've never cast, like, respectfully, they've never cast like a 1. So like this idea that like maybe they're fucking hideous behind the wall is like, I'm like, that's not what they're casting.
Right.
It might not be like to your
now
aesthetic and standards.
Right.
I just like you have a good shot of seeing someone who is not the most hideous person you've ever seen.
Correct. I mean, like, not everybody's cup of tea, right? Like,
totally. Because Alex had the fucking audacity to be like, Ashley's not really the girl I go for. I'm like, dude, are you looking at her?
Do you see
Are you fucking blind?
Also, you with your, like, hair that's, like, that?
You know, it's
like, I don't... Also, like, bro, you don't even know what a fucking period is.
That was...
Also, like...
That was a wild conversation.
Man the fuck up and just have sex with your girlfriend on her period. Like, are you kidding me?
My dude, if you're that fucking paranoid about getting someone pregnant, there's a real easy solution for you. It's called a vasectomy, which you've probably never heard of, seeing as you don't understand how a fucking period works. But, like, hot take.
You can get that reversed. Save some sperm. If you really want to have kids one day, get some sperm frozen.
But maybe don't.
Vasectomy.
But maybe don't.
Not him, but like that fucker. But you can save some sperm, get a vasectomy. If the vasectomy, 1, vasectomies don't always take, but 2, like, you can get them reversed.
But like, if this is like an all-consuming fear of like, I can't like be in physical, like, he legitimately was like, I can't physically touch you because maybe you get pregnant. I'm like, first of all, I fear you don't know what a period is. Second of all, I fear you don't know how to get someone pregnant.
I fear that he's like one of those people that's like, if you sit your ass on a toilet seat, you can get pregnant.
Yeah. And he's like, and that's why I never jacked off in my house, because I wouldn't get my mom pregnant. You're like, what the fuck?
It's just disgusting that our education system does not. And also, like, parents don't talk to their sons about this.
Yes, I mean, and that house, that very obviously was happening. And, you know, like, yes, it is an indictment on the system. And honestly, if we're being like, also, like, if we're gonna take this little, like, sex edge, we're gonna take this little sex ed sort of like detour. This is why women and men should not be separated, right? Like,
yeah, no, we should not be separated.
Men should know about women's things, women should know about men's things, because it will make their future easier, better to understand. And it's not like we're a different species. And again, something like how your different gender works and how to get someone pregnant, those are 2 people that are involved there, and therefore 2 people should be involved in that conversation.
Well, okay, and then so that. And then the fact that, like, he was like, maybe we can have a shared tracker.
Also, this is Teresa's soapbox for the day. Do not track your period in a way that is publicly accessible or saved on the cloud. Don't fucking do it. Don't do it.
Honestly, like, it's even, like, that's risky to just, like, track, like, paper. Like, people can use that against you. Like, don't track it. No, those are bad.
This is an even further detour, and then we'll circle back around. I connected with a filmmaker in Atlanta this weekend, and I had watched her short film, which was it's sort of like dystopic sci-fi about a world in which women have to register their blood every single day to confirm whether or not they're pregnant. And then the character, like, gets pregnant, but she wants an abortion. But the state that she lives in, it's illegal to get an abortion. But they're also sort of, like, hounding her because she's not submitting her blood because she doesn't want them to know that she's pregnant. And she said that people at festivals come up to her and they're like, wait, but, like, is this real? And she's like, the fact that you have not that bad. Right. And she's like, I made that film 2 years ago. So anyway, this is my little PSA. Do not track your period on an app. Jesus Christ.
No.
Anyway, Love is Blind.
Anybody can have access to that. But besides the point, the fact that he was like, well, you're like, she was like, also, why is it always a woman's responsibility to explain shit to a man. It is always our responsibility to be like, oh, and now I will educate you on being a woman. But you're the man in the house, so, like, you are going to be...
So you know best.
So you know best.
I mean, you know, there's the, you know, I also am just sort of like, you know, like, that's the problem with, you know, supporting the patriarchy. Like, you are just, you know, perpetuating the system. So, like, simultaneously, she's, like, chill with their politics, but also frustrated that she doesn't understand how a period works. I want to be like, babe, that Venn diagram's a circle.
Right. That's not, like, here.
I'm confused. Honestly, I'm confused that you're confused.
I really would have... You know, we all know. All women and everybody knows that in those pods, there was a lot of politics talk.
And they cut all of it out.
They cut everything out. And I did see this, somebody else was talking about it on Insta, that it's kind of like the right side, like propaganda almost, because of like how, I mean, they literally, Vic and Christine were not supposed to be in it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, they weren't going to be in it.
Like,
at all. That they were filmed and like added in later.
Yeah, I did see
and
that.
They were like, yeah, we need like one good couple.
Honestly, I said that, I texted you this. I would like none of them to get married.
I hope none of them get married.
And if I have to pick one, it is Christine and Vic. But honestly, I'd prefer that no one gets married.
Well, and like, if this is surprising to any of our listeners and viewers, then you have not really understood or listened to any of us. Teresa and I are not religious and extremely left and liberal and all of those things. So, I mean, I get automatic ick whenever somebody's like, well, you know, everything is like about God.
Yeah.
So
it gives me the ick. They seem,
for me personally, they seem like a very nice couple and very loving towards each other and like very happy. So I hope the best for them. But
and they
for
seem
this season,
they seem like easily the best couple. Like, that doesn't feel complicated.
Yes.
But also, like, you've given us a smorgasbord of absolute garbage. So, like,
right.
What am I to do with this?
I mean, okay, like, and like, Connor, here's my thing with Connor. Connor didn't actually do anything that, like, I'm like, oh, I hate him for this thing. Except for his fucking house. His frat house of a house. He is in his 30s. He can make it look masculine, but clean. The fact that he had a Christmas tree up and he was like, well, I thought we could take it down together. Buddy.
My dude.
The fuck? I am not your mommy. I am not here to clean up after you.
Well, but all of these Ohio men were very obviously looking for a mommy.
Every single goddamn one of them. Even Jordan, who is...
I was like, not the least of which, Jordan.
Jordan is like the least heinous of them. And
but
that's
again,
not saying much.
But again, the bar is on the floor. So, like, I would need to compare... I would need to compare it with better people.
Nobody is discussing the fact that he wants his new wife with her 7-year-old daughter to pick up, move, so that he can be closer to his bars.
And stay in his unfinished basement.
And stay in his unfinished basement. And fucking Amber, like, I would love to be Amber's friend. I think that she's a hoot. I think that she's super funny. She has this cute... Also, it's like, her house is a fucking adorable.
So fucking cute.
And it's really sweet that, like, she has, like, progressively, like, put it all together and, like, she's done all these things for herself. But, like, he wants her to unroot her daughter from her life and plant her somewhere new with a man that she met on a TV show so that he can be closer to his favorite bars. Are we kidding?
She was like, here are the snacks. And he's like, oh, I love those snacks. And I was like, oh, my dude.
Yeah, I was like...
Oh, my man.
I was like...
What are we doing?
She's like, I've never had any of these until I
they're
had
for
children.
my child.
The fuck?
Also, like the bachelor party episode where he was like, Amber's home. Hope she took out my dog. I was like...
Yeah, and I'm like, I know for a fact Amber took out your dog. Would you have taken out her dog?
Well, also, like, at the bar, when Chris
he doesn't stand up for her.
Fucking moron. He doesn't stand up for her, and he's like, we like Chris. And I'm like,
no,
my
fucking don't.
My
I would have turned around and been like,
are you
fucking
coming out of her
me?
mouth? Listen to what she's saying. It's not bros before hoes, my friend. And
no.
That's the energy all of them were giving. Was like,
and like,
including Brie.
Big Nose Brie, I can't. Like, I was so confused by the conversation of their breakup.
I did not realize
I had no idea where she was going. I don't think
Connor knew that she was breaking up with him.
No,
I'm not even sure Brie knew she was breaking up with him.
Yeah, with
until she definitely didn't. She did not wake up, put that outfit on, and think, I'm breaking up with Connor today.
Yeah, no.
That is not a breakup outfit.
Well, and like Connor's like, and this is a lot of men's like go to. He's like, well, I'm just like a simple guy, and I sell dumpsters. Okay, but you didn't have to have your Christmas tree up, man. Also, you don't have a fucking lock on your door.
Yeah, that's wild. That's worse to me than the Christmas tree up. Like,
no, because they are picking women to serve them.
Right. Just the Christmas tree is not a problem. It's the fact that he said, we're gonna take it down.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You can fucking have your Christmas tree up all year long. Decorate it with different shit. Make it a 4th of July Christmas tree if that's what you like to do.
You go into like Bree's apartment and this is a trend from top down that like from season 1 to season 10, we walk into the women's, even if she's got roommates. I think there was one.
I've never seen a roommate situation. I would love that.
There's not been many roommate situations, but like there have been a couple.
Okay.
Season 1 in particular.
And then casting was
I'll get to that.
Casting was like, so no more roommates.
Well, it wasn't like a deal, but like they were just kind of like, well, are you going to do his laundry? Because his mom comes and picks up his laundry and does it for him and then drops it back off. And he's like, I just have to come pick up my sheets. And they're like brown sheets. And she's like, and she has like a home and a golden retriever and like Alexis. And he's like, yeah, I live with my roommate and my roommate's girlfriend. And she's like,
a guy. I thought it was a girl.
No, it's a guy. And they were like, I hope he can do his laundry because his mom comes and picks it up for him or he drops it off and she does it for him and then drops it off here. Dude, you're 24. Do your own fucking laundry.
What did you do in college?
I mean, I would drive home with my laundry, but I'd still do it myself. I wouldn't have my mommy do it. Anyway, so there have been a couple situations with roommates, but like this is a trend. There was one, maybe it was last season or the season before. There was one girl who was like, she lived in a pigsty. But, I mean, it wasn't, like, super offensive. Like, it looked like she had rush-packed the night before.
Sure.
And had to leave everything. And, like, she did a lot of, like, online reselling of clothes. So she would just have, like, bags of clothes places. And, like, that I can kind of understand. Like, that, it didn't bother me as, like, because it wasn't trash. It's trash for men. And it's like a full fridge of now rotting food.
That's what I was about to say. I was
like, they like don't take out their trash before they left. I'm like, you knew you were going to be gone for like a month.
Like, me too. I did that once. I did that once when I thought I was coming home in a week. That was my excuse. I thought I was coming back. I came back much, much later. Thank you, COVID. But like, I didn't leave that apartment being like, well, in 2 months when we come back.
And also, like, you know that there's a possibility that your home will be filmed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yes, exactly.
And, like, also, it's not, like, because I've heard, like, background stories. They're like, yeah, we've been allowed to go into our places and clean up. So you're telling me that the girls are going in and cleaning up their homes. Guys aren't?
That feels
like
right.
One time, like, a guy was like, yeah, this is my one pan, and it was like in the microwave. And she was like, what?
I mean, I keep seeing,
we've had one person, Nick, he lived in his parents' basement.
Yes.
Which,
I forgot about that.
I can't say much. I live in my mom's house. So, like, if I ever was on that show, like, I'd be coming to my house and I'd be like, yep, I live with my mom. But it's also, like, I don't know, it's 2026 and it's super fucking expensive. And
yeah.
It's not like I don't work.
It's fine. Like, life happens. chill.
But, like, so, like, that didn't offend me. And I don't know if it offended her so much, but, like, the fact that she was like, well, Nick doesn't know how to do things. And I'm like, I mean, yes. But, like, I wouldn't tell his mom that, like, you did a terrible job raising your son and now I have to deal with him.
Yeah, that's nuts. Also, like, what I think was, like, her name was Hannah, right? What I think was specifically problematic for Hannah and Nick is that Hannah, like, kept expecting everyone to have the exact same experiences that she had had.
Right.
Because she kept being like, well, I was on my own at 18, and I've been doing all these things since I was 18. I'm like, that's not what
that was your experience. That was your experience. It's not...
It shaped you. That's not his experience. He's not a bad person because he hasn't had that experience.
He's not a bad person because his parents let him move back in after college. Like, they helped him get on his feet. Why wouldn't he take advantage of that, save money, and now, to be fair, Nick was not ready to get married.
No. And, like,
Nick had a lot of that, like, weaponized incompetence going on, where he was like, how much water do I put in the pot? Fucking put water in it. Are you kidding me?
And, like, that's a different conversation than, like, you've never done anything, you've never taken care of yourself. You're like, maybe. Right. And that's not, he's not, like, a bad person because he hasn't had the exact same life experiences that you've had.
Right.
Weaponized incompetence, that's a different conversation.
That's a whole different conversation.
And they can be related, but they're separate issues.
Right. I mean, that was doomed from the start, so.
So, can we talk about Devon? Because I'm just sort of like, I don't know why.
Let's go back to season 10. Like, we
I don't know why you're on this show. You seem to hate it.
You seem to not. I mean, like, the fact that she's like, I really, like, I need you to tell me that I'm pretty. And he's like, okay.
The fact that she has verbalized words of affirmation.
And not just once, like, multiple times.
Are my love language. And you can't be bothered.
And you seem to not like her. Like, at all.
What did he say his type is? White, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, spoiler, I saw on Instagram that they don't get married.
Thank God. I'm so sorry that, like, she bought the dress and she clearly really wants to get married. But, like, legitimately fuck him.
Right. And also, like, but, like, don't go for Alex either. Because that's not even his real fucking name. No,
even though he likes her dark features. I'm like, you're this close to calling her exotic and I'm going to punch you in the face.
Yeah, right? Whenever somebody's like, oh, I love your dark features, I'm like, don't. Like, spoilers, Devontae had a girlfriend, broke up with that girlfriend in December of this year, of 2025.
What?
And is engaged to a new girl and has a baby on the way.
He is sneaky because he is not getting, like, the sort of, like, shit. He is not getting dragged the way that, like, Chris and Alex are because they're, like, way more in your face. But I think Devontae sucks so fucking hard.
So much. Like, they should have broken up in Mexico.
Yes, I agree.
They should have ended it when he wouldn't fucking talk to her.
Yeah, well, the fact that he's like, I just need to, like, be quiet and just go radio silent. I'm not even gonna turn on my phone. Like, who are you?
That's not acceptable.
Again, then this is
also,
not the experience for you. And she's definitely not the girl for you.
Also, that is unacceptable, especially when you don't communicate that. You need to communicate, hey, like, I'm a little overwhelmed right now. I'm gonna need some alone time. And I'm really sorry if that seems crude or callous or because we just got engaged and we're at this beautiful place. But, like, I have to be quiet and be by myself and, like, really kind of think about, like, the fact that I just lost my grandmother. And so, like, any normal person would have been like, oh my God, yeah, totally understand. I'll go do an activity by myself today. It'll be like a little girl spa day just for me. That was all he had to do, but instead, he just didn't talk to her for an entire day. What? I
think it was never going to work because he chose to stay there. And he should have just gone.
He should have left. He should have just left.
He sucks. I'm so glad I'm not getting married.
He sucks.
Did they make it to their wedding day?
TBD. I mean, I've seen her getting her hair done. Like,
okay, so
I'm not 100% sure if Alex and Ashley make it to their wedding.
I've seen her in her wedding dress, like, at the event, at the venue.
Okay. Maybe it was Brie and Connor that I was like, I'm not seeing them. And then...
Yeah, I feel like I saw Ashley, like, arm in arm with her father or something.
Her father also sucks. The whole family sucks.
The whole family sucks. Ashley sucks. But sisters before misters, and I don't wish
also, Alex... I'm like, okay, so do you side with the like evil people? Like, I mean, in
definitely. 100%.
I was like,
she's like a Jack, ride or die.
100%. I'm like, so Jack's your favorite character, right? Like,
yeah. The fact that she was reading Fourth Wing, I was like, really?
I know. I was like, really? Also, like, it's just me, but I wouldn't be playing, like, Dom sub on national television that my parents could see.
I wouldn't say half the shit that they say.
What?
I wouldn't say half the shit that they say.
I'm just like, also, like, what do we think that Alex is evading in Ohio?
It's taxes.
It's taxes, right? Like, it has to be.
I mean,
it has to be state taxes.
I saw some stuff about child support.
Child support.
Like, that feels unlikely to me, given how fucking paranoid he is about.
Although, like, is he that paranoid now because he has a kid?
It's totally possible. But he's giving. I don't know.
It's like the fact that, like,
for that unborn or born child's sake, I fucking hope not.
Yeah.
It feels like it's taxes. He doesn't seem smart enough to me to evade child support.
No, because child support is harder to evade.
Taxes
taxes, you can kind of get away with it. I don't even want to get into the conversation of child support and taxes because, like,
because I could go off.
I can go off on that.
Maybe child support. I feel like I would feel pretty confident putting money down that definitely taxes.
Especially with him being like, I want to go out of the country a lot.
Yeah, that he wants a safe house. Also, the 5-year plan that he was like...
That was an alibi.
And a wife and kids. You're like, not Ashley? Your fiance?
Right.
You say her name?
The fact that, like...
The fuck?
I want wife and kids. And also, it's the afterthought.
And it was an afterthought.
And it was like, I'm like, bro, if you want to live a nomadic lifestyle, then you are the non-monogamous kind. Like, correct. Ethically non-monogamous. Which, like, I don't understand, but, like, kudos to you.
Go with God. Have fun.
I've dated somebody who was ethically non-monogamous, and I was like, so, here's the deal. You can't be with me. And he was like, got it. And I was like, so
make a choice.
It's me. And then when we break up, you can go off. And he agreed to that. But, like, that's not, like, a thing. If you want to be a nomad, then that's your lifestyle. You can't drag
but I want to bring her children with me.
Right.
I'm also
but, like she has, like, a good career and she likes her job. Like, there is nothing wrong with her liking her job and wanting to keep her career. But, like, he doesn't want that. And I'm like, well, that's too fucking bad. Then you shouldn't have gotten engaged to her.
Well, in Project 2025, that's not acceptable, But I'm also like, hey man, your fucking lifestyle, not here.
Also, like, you didn't fucking vote.
Well, you can't vote if you're not registered anywhere.
It's funny how that works. You don't pay your taxes. Like,
I mean, you definitely can vote if you don't pay your taxes, but like,
if you're trying to evade taxes, you're definitely not registered to vote.
You have to be registered to vote, friend. Do we think that Priyanka will be at the reunion? Did they bring ever non-coupled people to the reunion? I would love her to be at the reunion.
Yes, they have before. They've brought, like, love triangles, and they've brought, like...
Oh, yeah, that's true. I guess because, like, they brought, like, Mason's, like, 2 girlies to the reunion.
They brought Mason.
And they brought Mason.
Wasn't even...
Yeah.
Mason wasn't even a couple.
Yeah.
That whole season could have been
an email.
When she pulls out the receipts from her bra, I was like, oh, damn.
Yes!
Going down! Like, that was the most interesting part of the whole thing, was that.
That was not DC. Okay, so this is my 4th season.
Yeah, you've watched more.
Can't fucking remember. Okay, this is my 4th season, so I've done 2 US, 1 UK, and now this is my 4th.
Yes, because you watched the DC one.
I conflate the DC and the Minneapolis one, like, all the time. Like, those couples, they are interchangeable to me. I do not know who was
the DC one is with Leo.
Who we saw in person. That's what started this whole thing.
I, like a stalker at our favorite bar in New York, the Sefton. Shout out to their It Takes Two to Mango. Trace and I are sitting there, and I see him through the bar, and I'm like...
Elizabeth goes, like, full starstruck.
I was like, you shut the fuck up, he's here? Where's his Rolex?
And he had one.
he had one on, and like the creep I pulled out my phone and was like,
because at that time I had not watched a season of Love. I had sort of like been. I remember Natalie and Dipty's season.
That was season 2.
I just remember I didn't. I watched you watch it. Like I would walk in and out of the room,
and
so
you'd be
there
like,
were.
What's happening?
There were moments that I saw, but I didn't sit down and watch.
Because that was the Shane season. Shane and Natalie.
Yes. Bless you.
Oh my god.
Yes, he was blonde.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, because Dipty was with someone who was like, I don't like Indian women. And you're like, what the are you okay?
Dude, like, your name, like, both of your names are just, like, Indian.
My man.
Like,
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was the one who was like, he's like, I like to lift up a girl on my shoulders. Would I easily be able to handle that? Also, like, by the way.
Everyone is weak as fuck.
Like, ew. And, like, poor Shane had to sit next to him at the reunion. And, like, don't get me wrong, like, Shane had a lot of issues, and, like, I had a lot of issues with Shane. But Shane was like, I don't want to be, like, and he, like, Shake would be like, don't you, and he was like, no, get the fuck away from me. I don't agree with anything that you're saying. Like, he was, like a rallying point for all members of the DC crew, because they were all like, no thank you. Or Chicago crew. Because they were all like, no, we all hate you.
Pass.
Major pass. That was also the one where they get engaged, and Shayna gets engaged, and she's like, yes. And you're just like,
said no? Like at the reveal?
No?
Well, I guess Brittany was kind of like,
technically Brittany.
Yeah.
Because, like, they had never said I loved you, like, in the pods, and the people were like, so we can't, like, send you places. Because they had also gotten in trouble. Netflix and Love is Blind had gotten in trouble the season before.
So they were playing it close to the chest.
Because, like, one girl claimed assault. And so, like, they were like, so if you don't say I love you in the pods, you're not going anywhere.
You're not going.
What season was it? It was, I think, a Texas season.
I would say Houston?
Maybe Houston. Because 3 couples got engaged, technically 4, but the 4th one, they scrubbed them from the entire thing because that happened. And 1, they broke up in Cabo, or wherever they were in Mexico, because he was super chatty in the pods, and then he just, like, stopped talking with her, and she was like, I just, like, feel like I don't know you. And he's like, well, you wear a lot of makeup.
Don't.
And I was like, well, 1, you don't really know them. You've known them for 10 days.
So you don't know them at all.
And also, like, he was just kind of like, I was just, like, really taken aback because, like, I don't like the amount of makeup you wear. And she was like, you think I wear it for you? I feel pretty in it.
Men.
So, and she was just like, what? He's like, he's just like, I just like you, clean. And she was like,
get the fuck out of here.
And so that was the end of that.
Men.
And then that season was just so. That was a season that, like, the guy was bald, and, like, he would be like, yeah, I'd, like, approach women at a bar, and they'd be like, ew, you're bald. I'm like,
I bet that's more of a hang up for you, friend.
I think that maybe happened once. And, like, how old was the girl that you were hitting on? Was she 18? Because, yeah, I could see an 18-year-old being like, ew. Bet she wasn't your age.
I guarantee she wasn't your age.
So, and then the other couple, Milton, he was, like, super tall, and they had a pretty big age gap, and they eventually got, they did get married, but have since gotten divorced, and Milton cheated on her quite a few times. Yeah. So really, the only people that have, like, really hung strong are Amber and Barnett from season 1, Lauren and Cameron from season 1. Those are the only 2. And then Bliss and what's his name? He got engaged to another girl who was like, yeah, he like asked another girl to marry him. They went on vacation, and they were like, she was like, I can't, like, I really, like, I can't. I don't even want you touching me.
Oh my god. Well, on the UK season, one couple joins them on their, I think they go to Greece instead of Cabo. One couple joins them late because they ended up not getting engaged in the pods, and then the guy was, like, so distraught that he, like, asked to go, like, meet her in London, and, like, production followed, and then they got engaged, like, outside of the pods. And they were
so
like,
that's what happened with Bliss
and they're like, if you get it, he didn't propose to somebody. I don't remember if he proposed to somebody else. I don't think he did. She basically was like, you have to, there was some sort of like ultimatum that she had, and he was like, I don't know. And she was like, then no. And then he like he went and proposed to her like in London, and then the production was essentially like, you have to get on a plane and go to Greece this moment. So they arrived, I guess, like 48 hours after everybody else did.
So Zach and Natalia, something like that, they got engaged. She was like, because she kept on being like, God, you have such like an intense eyes, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just staring at you. And to her defense, I would have been upset by it.
So I guarantee you that they like did him dirty in the edit.
100%. And he was kind of like, I'm like, that's not fair. Now, he is not my cup of tea, but like, so they actually left Mexico early.
Okay.
Because they weren't going to get engaged.
Yeah.
Or they weren't going to continue the engagement.
Yeah.
And he like reaches out to her, to Bliss, the other girl that he was like in love with in the pods. And he was like, he asked production to get her phone number. They got them connected, and she like meets him, and she's like, what? And he's like, I made a huge mistake, and like, I think that like, he's like, I really love you, like, I'm really sorry that I did that, and like all this stuff. And she was like, fine, take me on a date, like a real date. I want a real date. And so like production sends them on this like very romantic date, and they get engaged, and then they move them into the apartments. And so we see them for the rest of it. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. To go back to the season, I don't want Emma and Mike to get married.
No. Also, like, I think I just sent you this. Why? And this is not to hate on Italian American families. Like,
but I'm gonna do it.
Because they're like, well, like, is she gonna be okay with being part of our family? Like, you live in fucking Ohio. And
relax.
You're like chill. And she's like, it's gravy. And she's like, well, I think gravy is the one with meat in it, and I make sauce.
They were so,
and they were like, you don't want to have children? Ah, and she
want to be like, do you want to be an extra in Goodfellas? Like, what are we doing?
Like, right. I was like, why are we being so...
I met Italian people who are not so, like, caricature Italian. It is, like, their entire fucking personality.
Right. I've dated American Italian people who are not so crazy like that.
Insane.
And she was like, are they going to be able to keep up with the family? And, like, we have Sunday dinners every Sunday. I'm like, yeah, she eats dinner. You guys live in fucking Ohio. Everybody calm the fuck down.
They're like, we have traditions. I'm like, okay, relax. Okay,
but, like, also, like, she might have traditions. Have you asked her?
But also,
like, are you going to be kind of racist about it? Because I bet you are.
Very racist, because they were like, so your parents are Asian? You're like, first of all,
whoa,
no fucking shit. Let's start there.
Let's start there.
Obviously.
Yes, her birth
that's how genetics work.
Like,
but then she goes, no, I'm adopted. My parents are white. And the mom goes, good.
I didn't hear that. Cool.
What?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. That's fun. Cool.
Ma'am, what?
What?
What also, the fuck?
Like, the fact that she's, like, just realizing that maybe she doesn't have kids because of her birthmarks, and the fact that she was adopted.
No, her parents didn't know that. Her dad didn't know that it was, like, a birthmark.
No, Emma is, like, realizing that, like in the pods, they were like, well, why don't you want to have children? She's like, well, I guess, like, it's... They were like, oh, well, is it because you're adopted? Like, would you be open to, like, doing adoption? Because you were adopted? And, like, I really hate all of this talk about, like, the kids thing, because it feels very like I have to fill my quiver. And so therefore I need to be with a woman who will fill my quiver for me. And also, like, I don't like the fact that she's being pressured into a decision that she might not want. And, like, he fully knew.
With my whole body, I don't understand Mike's obsession with having children. Because I want to be like, it's not like he's like, my dream career is stay-at-home dad.
Right.
I don't understand.
I don't get it. And, like, I know that there are some men out there who really do, like, they think that they would be really great fathers. But, like, he doesn't talk about anything that would, like, be about, like, taking care of the child.
No, everything is like, well, we, like, you know, just like in his in his image, you know, in his
like
vision, on his vision board is like, oh, I'm supposed to have kids, so I've got kids up here, and I just like want to take them on vacation. And you're like, there is.
But are you like taking care of them? Are you coaching their baseball and like
there is
soccer
so
teams?
much more involved with that, right? Do you want to give up your career?
Are you going to give up part of your career?
Because I know you're going to expect I'm going to give up part of her career. Like, what? I deeply, like, there is no conversation about, like, the joy of raising the child. It's just, like, I need that as, like, another thing to go on my mantle.
Well, because, like, right, like, the whole point of, like, men, like, show off to other men because, like, ooh, look, I have a girlfriend. Ooh, look, I have a wife. Ooh, look, I have children. But, like, do you fucking do anything with that child? Like, actually.
And then, like the sister-in-law coming in with her 2 cents of being like, well, like, we grew up with our cousins, so, like, I want my kids to have cousins. You're like, that's not a relevant piece of this conversation. Shut up.
Like, shut the fuck up. It's none of your fucking business. Like,
oh my God.
Also, like, Mike, if it was such a point for you, you shouldn't have engaged. You shouldn't have asked her to marry you.
Exactly.
You should have. Such a deal breaker. Stopped. Been like, I want to continue dating outside of the pods. Because that's also a fucking option.
But no one wants to take that option.
But nobody, like, so in, like, season 1 and 2, people actually did take that option. And, like, they actually do get married because they continue dating outside in the real world and they actually get to know each other.
Crazy. Yeah, I also hate that Mike was like, here we are at the altar. Give me children. Like,
when he said that, I was like,
fuck you.
I was like, and, like, even his parents and her parents were like.
Also, like, I fear that no one understands this, and I have to say this with my whole chest. There is a difference between being a father and being a husband, and you're on that show to be a fucking husband, not to find a baby factory. My good God. And if that's part of your 5-year plan... Also,
like, I think this is, like, the first time that we've ever been, like, and maybe because it's in Ohio, and that's all they have to fucking think about, is that, like, they were, like, all of them were so
obsessed with it.
So obsessed with children. The men were so obsessed with children.
That's what I mean. The men were fucking obsessed. I'm like, I don't understand. Again, none of you have been like, God, I can't wait to, like, coach these games and, like, and teach my kid math at the table and, like, give them a bath and, like, take them on trips. Like, that, none of that.
No, it's just
none of that.
I want to have children. End of statement.
None of, like, I loved when my dad took me on fishing trips, and I can't wait to do that with my kid. None. There's not a fucking thing about how to engage with that child. Zero. No fuck. That is the most mid about all of them.
I can't. I just can't.
So, for all of those reasons, God, I
wait to watch all the weddings.
I do think I would take that back. I do think Vic has been like, I can't wait to raise a family with you.
Yes.
I think Vic's the only one
who
has said anything like that.
Honestly, they're so boring that I'm not even talking about either one of them in these conversations. And honestly, like, it's good to be the boring couple. Like,
it's great to be the boring couple. You're the only ones who might make it out alive.
Right. So, yeah.
But I think, now that I'm sort of thinking about it, I think Vic is the only one who has expressed any interest in being, like, involved with the child at all.
I want children. It's not like I want to raise children.
Right. I mean, it's just something like, I want to impregnate you. And you're like, okay.
Ew.
That's all they want to do.
Right. So, all that to say, I can't wait for the weddings tomorrow.
Okay, so our plan is we're going to watch the weddings.
Yes.
And then we are going to watch, I guess we could pod about the weddings.
Well, so what I'm thinking is that we talk about the weddings for the first, like, 15 minutes, waiting for the release of the...
Okay, this is going to all depend on how long that call goes.
Right.
TBD. You guys don't have to be here.
We'll
have to hear the plan.
Yeah, you don't have to hear our planning.
It'll be a surprise, everything is.
I will say, when you're here in March, we have a lot of reels to film.
I know. This trip became crazy because it fell apart.
It fell apart at the last minute.
It really fell apart.
I have lots of, like, filming schedules for us.
Okay.
So.
We can do it. Well, I don't leave until Monday morning, like crack of dawn Monday.
Right.
And the only, like, hard, commitment I have, 2 hard commitments are the chocolate clumps in, and then the film festival. So we're footloose and fancy free, baby.
Yeah, And then also we have to plan our
SisCon.
Okay, folks, where do you think that Teresa and I should go for our first SisCon?
We're leaning Nashville.
Because then Teresa can fly in to Nashville or fly here and we road trip there. But we're thinking like somewhere...
You know what I'm also going to suggest? We could go to the Hamptons.
But we can't have a car.
We could rent a car.
Yeah, but like...
You would fly, I would rent the car.
I mean, could we afford the Hamptons?
Yeah, definitely. Depending on when we go.
I don't want it to be cold out, though.
But like...
That's still chilly and the water's chilly.
Well, we could find that place that like has a hot tub. Oh, you're thinking with your brain
I'm
now.
Listening.
Woo!
So if you have ideas of where Teresa and I are going to have our sister convention, let us know.
AKA SisCon.
And we will be filming reels the entire time. Because we have a lot of shit to film. Because we have left our Instagram empty and it's just like dust bunnies.
No, what we need in the meantime is to do things that we can film separately. Like if it's not perfect on the first try. Like, we don't need to be with each other to film shit like that.
Okay, then we need to talk about your lighting options, because we need to fix your lighting. So...
Just like, I don't want to film them because I hate them.
I don't want to do those with you because your lighting sucks. And the quality does not match mine.
Okay, fine. I will get a new ring light. Oh, I'll get a new soft light.
I use a hard light.
All right.
Does it look bad?
No, you look great.
That sounded like I look bad.
No, you look great. And honestly, on which I find just like so deeply insulting, your screen quality looks better on my fucking computer than mine does.
I mean, it's this, yeah.
But like, I feel like my camera should look okay on my fucking computer. Like, feeding it back to me. Yours looks crispy. Mine looks like...
Yeah, yours does look a little bit.
Thank you! Thanks, Elizabeth. It's giving when I came on and you were like, oh, thank God, neither one of us are cute. And I was like, wow.
It's like putting on makeup and then I wiped it off because I was like, right, Teresa said, not full Pete.
Today?
Yes. I changed my shirt. So, like, I was like, I'll put like this on, and I was like, don't do that.
I have like a little, you can't tell because my lighting is bad, but I have highlight, blush, and I have an eyebrow because otherwise I look like an alien.
That's why I have bangs. But, I mean, look at that. I do have a bald spot in my eyebrow.
Do not talk to me about bald spots in your eyebrows.
This is a little
Do not pretend.
Here.
Do not
That's
pretend.
A bald spot.
Do not pretend that your pain is my pain.
I don't, because I don't really.
Okay, well then get your own thing.
I mean, my front teeth.
Bare eyebrows. Bare eyebrows are my thing. You get your own thing.
My teeth kind of go like this.
My teeth are on their way there anyways. Again, get your own thing.
How about the wrinkles under my eyes?
Yeah, you can have those.
Thanks.
No problem. All this and more will be discussed at SisCon.
Woo!
Okay, we've meandered to this ending.
Yes. So,
plus one all
equals
toodle.